Hello, my name is Lara Hyman. I'm a physical therapist, yoga teacher, and the founder of the Lit Yoga Method, which combines physical therapy, yoga, and neuromuscular reeducation. What that basically means is it helps you rewire better movement patterns and habits so that you move with ease and joy today and for many decades to come. And one key feature of that is a dynamic core. So I'm going to take you through a core routine. We always warm up with a reset in our Lit Yoga Method. And that is really about getting the core kind of online so that it's there to support you with bigger movement patterns. Now, the core is not just the six pack, it is everything from the bottom of the pelvis to the outer shoulders and everything in between. So it's a core container. So we're going to hit the pelvic floor, the deep abdominals. Of course, the superficial abdominals always kind of come online, but most people have a hard time getting into the deeper muscles. So we'll be doing that. And let's start for a moment and sit really tall. So just tell yourself, grow your spine up. And what you should feel when you do that is this hugging in around the spine to get length. So you're starting to connect your brain to that area. And this is great for posture and breathing and, of course, core support. Now, bring your hands behind your head. Make sure your chin is not lifted, but you're pressing your head back into your hands gently. Grow the spine on your breath in. And then just on the exhale, imagine holding your spine with your hand and rotating. So just like a little skewer, we'll turn to the left and center and to the right. So I'm not moving my arms, I'm really moving the deep muscles. And the breath can help, but you can breathe as it feels right for you. You can breathe in and then exhale and turn, and in and exhale and turn. Now keep growing the spine because that's getting that pelvic floor and deep abdominals engaged. Try that 2 more times just to notice if you already feel some activity. This is great for just daily work, thinking about when you're sitting at your desk, how do you hold your core somewhat ready? Doesn't have to be clenched. Now, I have yoga blocks. You don't need to use them. If you have them, great. You can also use a folded up kind of cushion. But we're going to start off on our back. And you want to find the back of the skull on the floor with the chin dropping toward your throat. You want to feel this area between your buttocks. If you rock side to side, that's called your sacrum, which is the lowest part of your spine. And then the core containers, everything from the pelvis to the shoulders. We're going to imagine that we're kind of closing the cage of the rib cage in front by clasping inward with the front ribs. Put your hands there and hold the rib cage down in the floor as you lift your hips up in a low bridge. So it's much better to stay lower than to lift the ribs up. Keep the ribs down. That engages those abdominals, and then lower. And then it also helps wake up your glutes, your pelvic floor, which is helping to just hold the pelvis neutral so you're not tipping it at all. And if you feel any pressure in your knees, we're just lifting up and down here, walk your feet farther out. It's better to have your feet a little far away. You definitely don't want to have your fingers touching your heels, which is often instructed in yoga classes, because that really biases your hamstrings and your low back. And we want to get right into the glutes here. We're going to do this 4 more times. Waking up the glutes is important because they are big movers, but they also support and stabilize the pelvis as a dynamic core participant. Now let's stay up here and then just start to flap your legs. So just like you're doing a little flap, like a butterfly flap, but the big toe pad stays on the floor. And this just is a way, again, we're trying to get everything online, get that brain and connected to all these different core muscles. And you should feel it in your glutes. We'll take a breath in, press that breath into your back ribs without lifting them. So core work also helps your breathing. Keep that feeling of growing your spine without lifting your chin. And then we'll stop pulsing the legs. Reach the hands up like you're holding a tray. And then we'll take the right hand to grab the left finger. So we're just going to stretch out the wrist because we will do a little weight bearing on the hands. And take a breath in to the back ribs. You're holding your Hips up. But now just try, as you're stretching out the wrist, just lifting the forefoot so just the heels are on the ground. And then lower and then lift just the heels so the ball of foot's on the ground. Do this nice and slowly as you stabilize the pelvis in between. So now we're waking up the connection of the floor into the glutes and into the pelvic floor. And then let's switch hands. So pull back on your right fingers. A lot of times people don't think of the glutes as part of the core, but I really do, because weaker glutes is almost always connected to weaker or delayed firing of your core muscles. Lower the heels, and then let's slowly lower the spine all the way down. Now we're going to take this block, if you have it, and bring it between your thighs. I have it the medium way up by the pubic bone, because we want to wake up the deep pelvic floor and deep abdominals. The feet are on the floor, the hands come behind your head. And unlike sometimes when your elbows are out, like at the gym type of thing, your elbows are in by the temples, because we want to start incorporating the shoulder muscles. Inhale. Now exhale, you can fully exhale and then lift up by pulling those front ribs into the body. So they're going down toward the floor, and that's what lifts you. So you're not curling up. This is not a curl up. This is really slow and deliberate. Inhale. Exhale. You can start to come up on the exhale, or you can fully exhale and then come up, especially if you tend to pop up in your abdominals, like you're pushing your belly out instead of holding it steady. The butt is not involved, so don't squeeze your butt. And then inhale and lower. Exhale and lift up. We're going to stay up here and slide your feet to the left and right along the floor. Slide back in and inhale and lower. And what you want to feel is a deep stability in those abdominals that are like your waistband. Exhale, lift up. So we're holding the front ribs in. We'll slide the feet to the side and then slide them back in. Inhale and lower. Again, this is dynamic core stability. Exhale, lift. So we move the legs. We want the core to stabilize. We slide the feet out and slide them back in. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift up. When I lift up, I'm just pressing my head lightly into my hands, not pulling on the neck. Slide the feet out. Slide back in. Inhale and lower. I'm hoping you're feeling a lot in those deep abdominals here. Exhale, lift, and slide your feet out. Slide them back in. Inhale and lower. Now we're going to roll to your right side. Your right forearm is down. You're going to put the block, if you have it, between your knees and bring the knees in close so that your front ribs are stable. We want back ribs to be broad. We're going to press the floor away and try and lift that bottom hip. So these are the lateral hip muscles. They also stabilize the pelvis. And then you should feel all the abdominals help stabilize the ribs. And we're not trying to lift way up. So we're really pushing into that bottom lower leg and then lowering with control. We're also waking up the shoulder, which is part of the core. And lower. Press into that bottom leg. If you need a little extra feedback, use the top hand on that top outer thigh. Press into the floor. Slowly lower. Again, everything should be sparking, waking up. That's why this is so good to do before you do bigger movement. And press into the floor. These never feel easy, by the way, but they're so good for us. Press into the floor. These are side bridges. Now, let's switch sides. So going onto your left forearm, flex your feet, knees are in, and then the front ribs are stable. We press down to lift up and lower slowly. Press down to lift up. You can always use this top hand on your back ribs to make sure you're not thrusting your ribs, but holding those front ribs stable. And lower. Press down to lift up. And lower. It's normal to feel a little shaky. Still try and hold that control element. This is how we rewire movement patterns, getting all these different muscles to contribute. Lift up and lower. One more time. We'll lift and lower. Come back onto your back for another set of abdominals. This time, instead of up by the pelvis, we're going a little lower. We'll put the block between our knees. So it just starts to turn on more of the stabilizers. We were hitting the deep ones. Hopefully we'll still get those. Squeeze the block between your knees, cup your skull, and the elbows are in. Inhale. As you exhale, we'll lift up. You can always put a hand on your front ribs to help you lift. You want to try and get off the shoulder blades with that elbow in. And then inhale and lower. Exhale and lift up. Hold there. We're going to take that left hand and slide it over towards your right shoulder blade. And lift your body up a little bit more using that hand like you're hugging into midline. And then turn just slightly to the left. It's not about how big it is. It's about waking up the muscles. Come back to center. Inhale and lower. We're going to do that again. Exhale and lift. And pull in with that left hand to lift you up slightly. And then let it help you slightly turn to the left without letting that left shoulder blade down. Come back to center. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. And turn a little bit to the left. Slower is always more difficult, but it's so good. You don't have to do as many. Come back to center and then lower. Now let's switch. The left hand holds the behind your head. The right hand's on your front ribs. Exhale, we'll lift. Remember, we're not lifting the butt. We're lifting our upper body. We'll slide that hand to the shoulder blade of the left side. Lift up more by hugging in and then turn a little bit to the right. Come back to center. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Front ribs pull into the body to lift the upper body. Hug in to get a little bit more height, and then stay at that height as you rotate. So we're not rolling on that shoulder. Back to center. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift up. Lift a little higher, hugging in, and then a little bit of a turn to the right. And come back to center and lower. Now take the block the widest way between your feet. We're just going to do a few of these. So this is going to be, it's the farthest away. So we've got a lot of that, you start closer to get more immediate impact. Farther away is going to be harder, but we'll do a few of these. Hands behind the head. Exhale and lift. And when we lift up, we're just going to lift the toes, but not the toe mound, and just hug into the block. And that's in line of energy right into the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. And then inhale and lower. Exhale and lift up. Again, you can always use your hand on your front ribs. We'll lift the toes. You can stay there, or you can try and hold the block and hover. And then lower. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Just to watch your abdominals. You don't want them doming up, so put your hand there to help out and pull the toes up. And if it starts to dome, just stay here or hover. You'll feel yourself balanced on the pelvis. Lower the feet. Inhale and lower. One more time. Exhale, lift. We'll lift the toes. We're grabbing the block between our feet. Hover and lower. Okay, so we warm that up. Now we're going to come all the way around into all fours. And you want your shoulders to be over your wrist and walk the knees in. So this is called quadruped. And we want our head above the shoulders. So it's really, a lot of us have this forward head. We want to get the ears above the shoulders and just soften your chest without letting your elbows bend or your elbows rock forward. So you're pushing the floor away as you let the scapula come down, the scapula of the shoulder blade. Try that 2 more times. So removing softening the chest while we hold the deep abdominals steady. We'll do that 1 more time. And then we're going to hold that feeling the shoulder blades really connecting to the back. This is the part of the core that is your scapula stabilizers, super important. Keep your ears above the shoulders as you slide your left foot into plank and your right foot into plank. And don't drop your head or round your upper back. Keep the chest broad. You'll feel everything in that core container lighting up. Hug your fingers into the mat a little bit so you're not locking your elbows forward. 1 more breath here. And then we're going to swivel our heels to the right and keep the right hand down for a side plank. holding those front ribs toward the pelvis. Big breath here. And you want to push the floor away and not let that shoulder drop toward the fingers. So hold this position. Big breath. Tailbones reaching to the heels. Then we're going to lower the left forearm perpendicular to the front of the mat and then come into a forearm side plank. And you can keep that right foot in front for a stagger, and that can really help. Now again, back ribs are broad. Can you keep the spine long and breathe here? Big breath in. Totally normal to shake. That means things are working and coming online. Again, what we want. And then we're going to lower the right forearm and we'll be in a forearm plank. So ears are above the shoulders. We don't want the pelvis down and we don't want the butt up. So draw the spine long. The front ribs are in without rounding. Then walk your feet in to the point where you can be on the balls of the feet with the knees soft. And then everything like you're pulling your guts up into your low back, and breathe here. This is called dolphin, and this works the full core. Obviously the shoulder girdle, but you're supporting the shoulder girdle by lifting those abdominals up. Like you're pulling your pelvic contents up into your low back. And then we'll lower the knees and return to quadruped. So ears are above the shoulders. We'll soften the chest 2 times. So you can see I'm just letting the chest soften, not the whole rib cage, just to connect my brain into the shoulder blades. And then hold there. Keep the ears above the shoulders. Don't let the head come down. And slide your right leg back and your left leg back. And you're right into your plank. Very active. I'm, again, grabbing the floor a little bit with my finger pads to light up the connection to the shoulders at the triceps. One more breath. Collarbones are wide, so they're not dropping in. And now we'll keep the left hand down and turn for our side plank here. Big breath here. You can do it. In. So we're holding the front ribs steady, breathing. The fingers are grabbing the floor a little bit. And then the right forearm comes down. I like to make a fist just to solidify the wrist. And then we'll turn for our forearm side plank and hold there and breathe. And so the core container, again, is all holding and stabilizing against the forces of gravity. This is one of the best ways to do it, is getting on the ground and getting all this information and then coming into your forearm plank. Ears above the shoulders. Butt is not popped up. So you're reaching the tailbone to the heels and then walking your feet in. You can, again, bend the knees as much as you want. You don't want to just lock out the knees because you're pulling that energy from the feet up into the legs, up into the bottom of the pelvis at the pelvic floor, and then broadening the back body. Huge breath here. One more. And then we'll lower the knees. All right, now notice how you feel. All right, do you feel more awake? Does everything in the center of the body in particular feel like it's not only awake, but circulating energy? So one of the core's biggest jobs, besides stabilizing against a lot of movement of the limbs or against gravitational forces, its other big job is to transmit energy. So we want to think of it as this beautiful vessel for strength and energy and vitality. And do this. It really, really works. I hope you felt it. Keep coming back for more to get lit up.